Hey, what's up and welcome back to the hotel tutorial where in the last part I showed you how to build all of the main exterior. So in this next part I'll be showing you how to do all the little details and the main interior. So let's not waste any more time and let's get back to it. So first I'm going to add some dimensions for an extra room which is going to be upstairs. So for that, firstly, just on this point I'm just going to place a pillar of grey concrete there. I'm going to leave a gap of 2 and then place another pillar before like that. And then going around, and then I'm just going to place another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 going across. And I'm just going to extend that all the way to the top. And then after that, I'm just going to extend this by 1 more. And then I'm just going to extend this last point outwards by 3 to connect with that wall over there. So that should leave you with something that looks like this. And the next up for the staircase here. So first up, with this light grey concrete, just on this point here, I'm just going to build a whole strip going down to meet with the wall just there. So to start the staircase, firstly, I'm just going to grab myself some deep slate tile stairs. And then I'm just going to place 3 rows of 3 of these stairs just going down, just like that. And then I'm going to switch to the white concrete, and then just from this point, I'm going to place a row of 4. And then I'm just going to build this going all the way to the other side. Should end up something that looks like this. And then before I continue, I'm just going to go back to the light grey concrete. And then just from this point here, I'm going to place another 1, 2, 3 blocks just like that. And I'm just going to extend this going all the way to the top. Just like that. And then moving back to the stairs, this time switching to the white concrete. From this point, I'm going to place another 4 rows of 3, just like that. And then where this row is here, I'm just going to extend that across to the other side like that. So far you should have a 3 block high stair there, and some of the floor filled in, and you should have this wall as well. But then moving on, with some more of the white concrete, I'm just going to place another 2 rows of 3, just like that. And then with some deep slate tile stairs, I'm just going to place 2 rows coming down, which will bring us on to the next floor here. And the next, going back to the deep slate tile stairs, I'm going to place another 3 rows of 3 going down here. And then switching back to the white concrete, I'm going to place another 4 rows of 3 like that. Followed by another 4 rows of 3. And then I'm just going to extend this out by another 2 blocks. And then with some more deep slate tile stairs, I'm just going to place another 2 rows like that. And as you see, that'll bring us on to the next floor. And next up, going back to the deep slate tile stairs, firstly I'm just going to destroy these 3 bits of grey concrete, and then I'm just going to place a row of stairs there, and I'm just going to place another 2 rows after that. And then moving back to the white concrete, I'm then going to place another row like that and extending that to the window, and then extending it to meet with the right hand wall just there. And then moving back to the deep slate tile stairs, from this point here, I'm going to place 1 row, another row, and then finally a 3rd row, just like that. By doing that, that will complete our whole staircase for the hotel. So before I start decorating the interior, it's time to make the outside look all nice. First up, I need to fill up this swimming pool. And I know in Minecraft usually the easiest way is just to YOLO it and just go, just gonna place it everywhere. But the trouble is with this is, it often gets a lot patchy, and there's always like one spot which you miss. So the easiest way you can fill up a swimming pool in Minecraft, I found, is by getting any block, I don't know, just use granite for example. And then if I just place kind of like 1 layer going all the way across the whole pool. And then if I just place water, if I just fill it all on this top level here. So just fill it all up. And then once all of it has been filled up, I can then destroy the blocks underneath. And by doing that, that will ensure that the pool is completely filled. Which will leave you with something that looks like this. And then to finish off, I'm just going to waterlog each of these stairs by placing a water bucket on each side here. And as you see, it should work its way up into each of the corners. So with the pool filled, I can now start adding some sunbeds. So for the sunbed, you're going to need a polished deep slate stair, a polished deep slate slab, a fence, a carpet, and some string. So for the first lot of sunbeds, if I just start at this point here, I'm just going to count across 4 blocks. So 1, 2, 3, 4. And then I'm just going to go up by 1. And on that block, firstly, I'm just going to place 1 polished deep slate slab to begin with, followed by another one. And then a deep slate stair just on the end there. And then I'm going to leave a gap and then just duplicate what we just done there. And that'll give us a set of sunbeds. And then I'm just going to repeat this another 5 times while leaving a gap of 3 in between them. And that will leave you with something that looks like this. And then I'm just going to mirror what we've done on that side on the other side. So if I just go over here again, and from that point, counting across 4 blocks. And then up by 1, and then placing 2 polished deep slate slabs, followed by a polished deep slate stair there. And then I'm going to leave a gap, and then place another sunbed just next to that. And again, repeating this another 5 times. So that should leave you with 12 sets of sunbeds here. And the next, for each sunbed, I'm going to add an umbrella. So for an umbrella design, firstly, I've got a birch fence here. And just at the back of each of the sunbeds, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 birch fences like that. Oh, and I just noticed I also need to get myself a quartz slab, a smooth one. Let's grab one of those. And then I'm just going to place a smooth quartz slab on top like that. And the next, I'm going to grab some string. And then just on the top fence there, I'm going to add 9. Just going all the way around. And then on top of that string, I'm just going to add some white carpet, which will form our umbrella. So I'm just going to do that for each of these sun loungers here. So by the end, you should end up with loads of umbrellas that look like this. And the next, sticking with the smooth quartz slabs, I'm going to add some nice kind of planted areas around here. So firstly, just on the left hand side here, just where the pool is, just in that corner, I'm just going to go across to this point here. And then firstly, I'm just going to place 3 smooth quartz slabs like that. And then going up to align with the top of the pool, I'm going to place another 3. And then I'm just going to join these 2 top points together. And then I'm going to grab myself a grass block. And I'm just going to replace all of this smooth stone with some grass. And then I'm just going to duplicate that on the other side. So again, with the smooth quartz slab, from this corner of the pool, just going to place 3 blocks on the end there. And then doing the same thing on the other side there. And then I'm just going to connect these 2 points. And then I'm just going to replace all of this smooth stone for this grass. Just like that. And then moving back to the first area, I'm then going to show you how to create your own palm tree. So for this, you're going to need a jungle log and also some mangrove leaves. So for this palm tree, firstly, just starting on this block here. So that's the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8th block across. I'm just going to place 3 jungle logs like that. Then we're going to go diagonally up by 1, so like that. And then I'm just going to place another 2 jungle logs. And then for arranging the leaves, with these mangrove leaves, I'm going to place 1 on the top to begin with. And then I'm going to place 2 coming out of each side like that. Followed by 1 going down diagonally from each point. And to finish off that palm tree, I'm just going to add another 2 mangrove leaves going diagonally up from the centre here. So that'll leave you something that looks like that. And then I'm just going to mirror the exact same thing on the other side. From this point, going across 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks. 3 jungle logs, like that. Followed by 3 going diagonally, just there. And then with mangrove leaf, placing one that's on the top, followed by 2 coming out of each log. And then again, 1 diagonally down from each of these points. And then to finish the palm tree off, 2 going diagonally out from the centre. Doing that for each point. Just like that. And to finish off these green areas, I'm just going to grab myself some bone meal. I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3 bone meal in each area here. And that will complete our green areas. And then for some final details, I'm then going to add some leaves on the outside of the hotel here. So for these, I'm going to be using some oak leaves. So if I just start in this corner here, firstly, I'm just going to add an L shape of leaves to begin with. And then going to this point here, I'm just going to add 3 going across like that and 1 going down. And then if I go to this further point, just at the top left here, and then I'm going to place 3 like that, followed by 2 drooping down. And then if I go up here, from this point, if I just count 1, 2, 3, 4, I'm then going to place 1 leaf there and then 2 on top. And then going over to the other side here, from this point, I'm going to place 3 going along and then 1 drooping down. And if I go up here, I'm then going to place 2 leaves there, followed by 2 drooping down. And then I'm also going to add just 2 on the bottom there. And that will complete all the leaves for the front. And I'm also going to add some extra leaves just on these windows on each side here. So for this side, I'm going to add 2 leaves just there, followed by 3 in the corner, and by a row of 3 on the bottom there. And then if I just go to the other side, and then it's going to place 1 leaf in the corner there, 3 just there, and then 2 just in the corner. And that will complete all of the fancy exterior leaves. And that will complete all of the greenery for our hotel. And the next I'm going to add some extra lights just underneath this kind of like overhang here. So for that, I'm just going to grab myself some lanterns. And then, firstly, just from this point, I'm going to go across 1, 2 blocks. I'm just going to place 1 lantern to align with that pillar. I'm just going to do that for every other pillar. Just going along. Just until I reach there. Got some nice lights at the front there. And then just going to the side here, I'm also going to add an extra light just on that side. And also just on this other side here. And the next I'm going to grab myself a birch sign. And then just on the entrance, I'm just going to write hotel. Just on the side here. And then also, just on the entrance here, I'm just going to put a sign which says entrance. With an arrow just going underneath. Now it's time to start doing all of the interior of the hotel here. So first up for the reception area. But obviously it's a bit dark, so we need to light it up. So I've got some lanterns here. And then firstly, just following this middle point of this window here, I'm just going to align that with that pillar there. Then I'm going to place 1 lantern. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 3 and then place another lantern. And then I'm just going to repeat this another 2 times. So aligning with the middle window, placing another 2, and doing the same thing again. And that'll give us 6 nice lights there. And I'm also going to add another lantern just in the middle of this little hallway bit just there. So first, for a little seating kind of like chill area, I'm going to grab myself firstly some grey wool and also some deep slate tile slabs. And then firstly, I'm just going to, from this point here, I'm just going to place 2 grey wool and then 3 going across and then 1 coming out on the end there. And in the middle, I'm just going to add a deep slate tile slab. And then I'm just going to do the exact same thing on the other side. So again, from this point, so 1 block across, placing 3 grey wool going along, 1 bit of wool on each side, and then 2 deep slate tile slabs in the middle. And the next, for a rug design, you're going to need loads of different types of carpet. So I'm going to grab myself some white, some light grey, and also some grey carpet. So first, starting with the white carpet, just from this point here, I'm going to go diagonally up by 1. I'm just going to place 1 there. And then I'm going to place some grey carpet next to that, with some white carpet on top. And then with the light grey carpet, I'm going to add 1 diagonally coming off from that block. And then I'm going to add some more white carpet just on top of this hollow section there. Followed by diagonally some more light grey carpet. Diagonally down some grey carpet. Diagonally down some light grey carpet. Then diagonally up from the grey carpet, some more grey carpet. And then in this gap here, I'm going to add some white. And then moving back to the grey, I'm going to add 1 grey going diagonally up from that carpet. And then another one. And then on top of this carpet, I'm then going to add diagonally 2 bits of white carpet. Followed by some grey carpet going from the white. And then some light grey carpet going diagonally up from the grey. And I'll leave a gap. I'm going to place some more grey carpet there. Going diagonally down, I'm going to place some more grey carpet and some white. And then finally, with some more white carpet, I'm just going to place 1 just on the end there. And that will complete our modern rug design. And the next, I'm going to add some bushes. So for that, I'm going to grab myself a cauldron and also some more oak leaves. And then first, I'm just going to place 1 cauldron in each corner of this room. And then I'm just going to place 3 oak leaves on top of each cauldron here. And that'll give us some nice bushes. And then for the main reception desk, I'm going to grab myself some grey carpet. And then just from this point here, I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks just going along like that. And then I'm going to grab myself some white carpet. And I'm just going to place 2 on the end there. Then I'm going to leave a gap. I'm going to place 1 there, leave a gap, and then place another one. And then for some laptops, I'm just going to grab myself a stone pressure plate. I'm just going to place them in these 2 gaps there. And then for some lids, I'm going to grab myself an iron trap door. And then I'm just going to place 1 trap door behind each of the pressure plates. And then with a lever, I'm just going to place 1 below each trap door. And then if I just flick them, that will flick them up. And as you see, by doing that, they are looking a lot more like laptops now. And to finish these off, I'm just going to grab myself a painting. And I'm just going to shift and place a painting on each trap door there. And the next, I'm also going to add a telephone. And I am going to use a custom head for this for those on Java Edition. But for those on Bedrock, I will show you an alternative design. All the custom head links will be in the description. So for the telephone head, if you just click on that link, that will take you to this page here. And then if you go to whatever version of Minecraft you're using, I'm using 1.19. I'm just going to copy that head command to begin with. And then once I'm back in Minecraft, I'm going to give myself a command block by doing /give @p and then command_block, which will give you this command block. And then if I just place that down, I can paste the command in and then activate it, which will give me this telephone head, which I'm just going to place on the corner there. But if you are on Bedrock or you just can't get custom heads for whatever reason, instead, what you can do, you can use a Blackstone button for a little bell design instead. And the next, just for some filing cabinets, just on this block here, I'm going to place 5 shulker boxes. I'm just going to do that another 2 times. Just there. So by doing that, that will complete the main front reception area. And the next, just for the office behind here, firstly, I'm just going to grab myself a Bert sign. I'm just going to write staff only. And then in brackets, I'm just going to put office. And then in here, I'm just going to add another 2 plant holders like that, using some cauldrons, and then another 3 oak leaves on top of each one. And then this time I'm going to add some more cabinets, but I'm going to use some grey shulker boxes. And I'm just going to place a 2x3 lot of shulker boxes just like that. I'm going to leave a gap of 3 in between them, and I'm just going to repeat this another 2 times. You should end up with something that looks like this. And then for some desks, I'm going to grab myself a smooth quartz slab. And first I'm just going to place 3 in these gaps. And then I'm also going to grab myself a pressure plate. I'm just going to place a pressure plate in the centre of each section there. And then I'm going to grab myself a painting. And then using 2 temporary blocks, I'm just going to place 1 behind each pressure plate here. Like so. And then for a mouse with a stone button, I'm just going to add 1 button next to each computer here. And then finally, for a chair design, I'm going to grab myself a deep slate tile slab. I'm just going to put 1 slab just behind each desk, followed by an iron door just behind each of these slabs here. And to finish off the doors, I'm just going to add a grey banner in front. And then this office does look a little bit dark, so let's grab some more lanterns here, and then I'm just going to place 1 on top of where each PC is, just like that. So with the main front area done, it's now time to move on to the breakfast area and kitchen. But before I do that, I need to add a few more signs. So firstly, just on this third block here, I'm just going to type rooms 1 to 15, 2 slashes like that, and then I'm going to do 2 eyes just to show it's up that way. And then for the breakfast area, I'm just going to do breakfast, and then going to add 3 dashes and a little sign like that for the arrow for that room over here, because we can't have our guests getting lost. And the next, I'm also going to grab myself some white stained glass panes. I'm just going to add 5 on each side for the restaurant entrance here, and I'm also going to add another 2 doors, because that's going to be where the kitchen's going to be. Alright, so for the restaurant area, first up it is a little bit dark here, so I'm going to grab myself some more lanterns. And what I'm going to do, if I just use this first pillar as a guide, I'm just going to line that up with this other pillar to place my first lantern just like that. So it should line up with these 2 pillars. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 3, place another lantern, and leave a gap of 3, and then place another lantern. And I'm just going to repeat this, aligning with each of these other pillars. So just like this. That'll add some nice lights just like this. And I might as well light up the kitchen as well. So if I just come inside here, I'm just going to add 2 lights which align with the middle of the door. So next up, moving on to the breakfast area. So first I'm going to add some tables. So for this you're going to need a deep slate tile stair, some black stained glass panes, and also some grey carpets. So if I just go to this top right corner just over here, just on this block, I'm just going to place 1 stair there to begin with. And then grab some glass panes. I'm just going to place 4 in the middle like that. And on top, I'm then going to add 4 grey carpet. And then with these stairs, I'm just going to place another 3 going around the table, just like that. And then my aim is just to have 3 lots of these tables in 2 rows going down like that. So if we just do the first row first, and for the second table, from this point, I'm going to go across 3 blocks. So 1, 2, 3. On that point, I'm going to place some more glass, and then another 3 just around it like that, followed by some more grey carpet. And then I'm going to leave another gap of 3, and then place another 4 glass carpet. And then going around to the other side, I'm then going to leave a gap of 3, and then place some more glass, and also some more carpet on top for another table. And then again, another gap of 3, and then another table there. And then finally, one final gap of 3, and then we can place our final table. And then I'm just going to repeat the chair design that we've done for that one on these other 5 here. slots. So that'll give us all of our bigger tables. And then for some smaller tables, just go into this corner over here. Just from this point here, so one block across and then down, I'm going to place another stair. Then I'm going to leave a gap, place another stair, leave a gap, and then place another stair. And then just in front of each stair, I'm going to add a glass pane with some grey carpet on top. And then to finish off, I'm just going to add a deep tactile stair just in front of them. And that'll create some smaller tables there. So next up, for a bit of extra decoration, I'm going to show you how to create this breakfast banner, which has got some eggs and bacon on it. So for this, I'm going to grab myself a loom, and you're also going to need a red banner, some pink dye, 2 grey dye, 1 white dye, and 1 orange dye. So first up, if I just put the red banner in the loom to begin with, first I'm just going to add this pink stripy pattern like that. And the next, in with the grey dye, I'm going to add this fancy pattern just like this. And then after that, I'm then going to add 1 grey stripe on the right. And then with the white dye, I'm going to add this diamond pattern like that. And then for the egg yolk of the egg, I'm going to use this orange circle like that. I'm just going to place this banner to align with this middle table just there. So I'm just going to place that just like so. Next up, for the breakfast buffet area for all that lovely food. So for that, firstly, I'm just going to grab myself some polished deep slate to begin with. And if I just go to the right hand corner just there, firstly I'm just going to place 2 deep slate like that. I'm then going to leave a gap of 5. I'm then going to place a row of 6. Then I'm going to leave another gap of 5 and then place 2 on the end there. And then I'm also going to place another 2 just going out like that. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some cauldrons. These are going to act like little containers where the foods are going to be held. So I'm just going to place these cauldrons in these gaps, just like that. And then for a fridge and a heater for the food, so this is going to be the hot section where there's a lot of hot food. I'm just going to grab myself firstly the end rod and a smooth quartz stair. And then with these end rods, I'm just going to place one on either side of each set of cauldrons, just like that. I'm just going to do the same thing on the other side there. And then with these smooth quartz stairs, firstly, just on each rod, I'm going to add 1 stair facing outwards. Just in each section like that. And then I'm just going to fill in the middle with some more stairs here. Now if I come over here, this is going to be where a lot of the bread and stuff is stored. So for that, I'm just going to grab myself some barrels. I'm just going to place firstly 6 on the bottom, facing that way, just like that. And then another 3 just on top. But this breakfast area is feeling a little bit empty, so we need to fill it up. First, I'm going to add a coffee machine. So I'm just going to grab myself some stone stairs to begin with. First, so you're just going to place from that block, I'm just going to place 2 stairs like that. And then for some coffee cups, I'm going to grab myself some of these flower pots. I'm just going to place them underneath those stairs there. And the next, I'm going to grab myself an item frame, and then I'm just going to place 1 item frame on top of each of the stairs. And I'm also going to grab myself some cocoa beans to show these are hot drink machines, just like that. And the next, for some plates, I'm just going to grab some pressure plates. I'm just going to put 2 there for some plate stacks like that. And then for a little chopping board, I'm also going to grab myself a birch pressure plate. I'm just going to put one in the middle of all those barrels there. And then I'm also going to grab myself an item frame. Just going to place that down. I'm also going to grab myself a sword. I'm just going to place it in there, and I'm just going to rotate it for some sort of knife design like that. So next up, it's now time to fill the main areas with loads of lovely food. Now, the first method I'm going to show you is for Java Edition only, and for this I'm going to be using some custom heads. But don't worry everyone else, I will be showing you alternative ways of how you can decorate it after. So like we've done with the telephone earlier, I'll put all the links to all of the heads in the description. So what you need to do, once you click on one of those links, it will take you to a custom head like this. As you see, this is the hash brown one. And then again, for whatever version you're using, just copy the give code like that. And then if you head back into Minecraft, you just need to give yourself a command block. So you do that by going /give @p and then command_block. And then if you just paste the command in and then activate it, that'll give you a custom head. By doing that, you should have all of these different heads just here. So firstly, for the hot food section, I'm going to add all of our fry up stuff. So firstly, I'm going to add a lovely hash brown there, and then going to add some bacon, and then some beans, and then we've got a mushroom there, and we've also got a little sausage, just like that. And then for the colder section, for where the more healthier stuff is, I'm going to add some cheese. I've got an apple there, got a banana, I've got an orange, and I'm also going to add myself the yogurt one, just on the end there. And I've also got some bread here for the main cutting station. I'm just going to put 3 on top, just like that. And then for those of you guys on Bedrock or playing in survival, you're going to need 10 item frames with all these different foods in. So you're going to need a pork chop, a baked potato, an egg, some rabbit stew, which represents kind of like baked beans. We've also got a mushroom there, some melons, an apple, some beetroot, some berries, and some milk, which represents like some yogurt. And what I'm going to do, I'm going to get some leather hats, and I'm going to dye them according to each of these foods. So if I just grab myself some leather hats here, I'm then going to grab myself 1 yellow dye, 1 orange dye, and then 4 red dye, and then 1 white dye. And then I'm just going to dye all of these hats. So if I was going to a crafting table, I'm going to dye 1 yellow hat, 1 orange, and then I'm going to dye 4 red. So just like this. And then I'm going to dye 1 white also. And then if we just save them, we're going to need them in a little bit. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself an armor stand. And you're also going to need a piston and a redstone block. So I'm just going to temporarily get rid of these cauldrons. And then I'm just going to dig down 1 block. Just like that. I'm just going to replace the floor, the concrete we just got rid of here. And then I'm also going to grab myself some iron trapdoors. I'm just going to place firstly a row of trapdoors on the bottom of each section. I'm then going to add some armor stands on top of each door, just like this. And then I'm just going to grab all of these hats that we dyed earlier. And then firstly, starting on this left hand side, I'm firstly going to add a brown hat. And then going to add a yellow. I'm then going to add another brown. And then an orange. And then another brown for that side. And for the other side, I'm then going to add just 3 red hats, like that. And then 1 white on the end there. And the next, I'm just going to temporarily get rid of these quartz stairs. And then I'm just going to place a cauldron firstly above each of these armor stands like this. And then going to grab a piston and a redstone block. And then for each cauldron, I'm just going to add 1 piston on top and activate it to push the cauldron down. So just doing that for each. Cauldron just like this. And I'll make it look like these cauldrons are filled with loads of food here. And then what I'm going to do next, I'm just going to put back the stairs that I destroyed. So like nothing happened. And the next, I'm just going to grab all these item frames that I laid out. Just going to grab all the food and all these different item frames here. And then I'm just going to place all these item frames in front of each of these cauldrons here. And I'm just going to put what food it represents. Just on each one here. And that'll leave you with something that looks like this. And then for the bread section, I'm just going to grab myself an item frame and some bread. And I'm just going to place 3 item frames just along the front there and 3 at the top. I'm just going to fill them with some bread for the bread cutting station. So that's the other way you can decorate the breakfast area if you're on Bedrock or playing on survival and you can't get those custom heads. And then to finish off this breakfast area, I'm going to add another rug design similar to what we've done in the reception area. So for this, I'm going to need some white carpet, some grey carpet, and some light grey carpet. So just starting on this block here, I'm going to place one white carpet to begin with. I'm then going to place some grey, some white, some grey, some light grey, and then some white, and then some grey, and then a bit of light grey, and then some grey and some white, and then some light grey, and also some dark grey on the other side. And that's followed by some white and some light grey again, and then some grey, and then some more grey, and then some light grey, and then some more white carpet, and then some light grey carpet with some more grey carpet like that, followed by some white carpet and some more grey carpet, and then finally some grey carpet there, followed by some white and some more light grey. Now, just by doing that, that'll give us a cool fancy rug design. So next up, it's now time to decorate the kitchen. Oh, and we need to add a sign. I'm just going to grab myself a birch sign here. I'm just going to put staff only, comma, kitchen, just like that. So for this, firstly, I'm going to grab myself some pistons here, and that's going to be for a fridge. And for this, I'm just going to place 4 pistons going up on the left, and then 4 going up just on the right there. And then for some shelving, I'm going to grab myself some smooth stone slabs. I'm just going to place 4 lots of 2 going up like that. And then next, I'm then going to grab myself some barrels. I'm just going to place 5 just being stacked up like that. And I'm also going to grab some item frames and place these in front. And then I'm going to fill those up with some potatoes and bread for a little dry store area like that. And then next, for some vents for the kitchen, I'm going to grab myself some stone. I'm also going to grab myself a stone stair. So firstly, with the stone, just in that corner, I'm just going to place a whole row going across like that, followed by another row in the other direction in there. And then with these stairs, I'm just going to place these going under it. So a nice little vent design like that. And then next, for some kitchen counters, I'm going to grab myself a block of iron. And then firstly, I'm just going to place, from that point, I'm just going to place a whole row going all the way across, just like that. I'm then going to place one more coming out. Then I'm going to leave a gap, and then going to place another 3 just on the end there. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some grey carpet. I'm just going to place, firstly, 1 in the corner there. I'm going to leave a gap of 2. Place another one. I'm going to leave another gap of 2. Then I'm going to place 3 in the corner like that. And then I'm just going to place 1 on the end there. And then for some chopping boards, I'm then going to grab myself some birch pressure plates. I'm just going to put 2 just there. And the next, for a hob design, I'm going to grab myself some activator rails. I'm just going to put 2 next to them like that. I'm then going to grab myself a lever. I'm just going to put 2 levers in front. And that way you can turn the hob on and off. And then for some shelves, I'm just going to grab myself an iron trapdoor. I'm just going to place 4 going along like that. And then returning to the item frames, I'm going to add 2 just there. And inside, I'm going to add some iron swords or some knives. Just like that. And next, for deep fryer design, I'm just going to dig down this block here. I'm just going to replace powder going down like that. I'm also going to add an extra few blocks just at the back there to neaten that off. And then I'm going to grab some more iron trapdoors. I'm just going to place 2 down like that. And then I'm going to grab myself an armor stand. I'm just going to put 1 on top of each trapdoor like that. I'm then going to grab myself a chainmail helmet. I'm just going to put 1 on top. Then I'm going to grab myself some cauldrons. I'm just going to put 1 on top like that. I'm also going to grab myself another 2 pistons. Just going to put them on top, facing upside down. And then with a redstone block, I'm just going to put one next to it, which will power that piston. And I'll put one in front of this piston to power that one. And as you see, by doing that, that will give us a deep fryer section here. And then finally, for an oven design, I'm just going to grab myself a furnace. I'm just going to place 2 of these sideways like that. I'm then going to grab myself some black stained glass. I'm just going to put 2 next to those furnaces. And then grab myself a polished black stone button. I'm just going to put one on the bottom there. I'm also going to grab myself a birch sign, which is going to have the time on for the oven. Just like that. And that will complete the kitchen. So with the kitchen done, that is the whole bottom level of the hotel fully decorated. So now it's on to getting all of the rooms decorated and all of the hallways and all this other stuff. So next, I need to get all of these hallways decorated. As you see, they're quite dark and, well, pretty empty. So I'm just going to work my way up. So firstly, I'm just going to grab myself a lantern to begin with. And then just coming up to this first bit of the staircase here, I'm just going to place 1 lantern there for our first light. I'm just going to do this going all the way up the staircase. Let's place another one up here. Oh, hang on a minute. There's no roof. So I think it's time to actually build a roof. So for the roof, I'm just going to grab myself some white concrete. And then what I'm going to do firstly, just in this gap here, I'm just going to fill that with some white. Just there. And then I'm just going to cover this whole area in white concrete to complete the roof. So by the end, you'll end up with something that looks like this. And then moving back to lighting up the stairs, we can now add 1 light just in the middle at the top there. So now it's time to decorate each of the hallways. Starting at the middle floor. So first up, I'm just going to add doors onto each of these rooms on each level. So first, I'm just going to grab myself some more light grey concrete. And first, I'm just going to place 2 blocks at the top of each door. So just like that. I'm then going to grab myself some white stained glass. And I'm just going to place 2 at the top. So again, doing that for each doorway here. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself some iron doors. I'm just going to place 2 iron doors where these gaps are. So that's going to be for each room. And the next, I'm then going to grab myself a stone button. I'm just going to place 1 button on the right side of each door. Each room like this. And after that, I'm then going to grab myself a lantern. And what I'm going to do, I'm just going to place 1 on the ceiling in the same row as where the buttons are. So for example, I'm just going to place 1 there to begin with. And then again, the second one, lining up with that button, placing that. So just doing that for each lantern. So we can place them evenly throughout the floor here. So that'll add some light in this hallway here. And then just in this little corridor bit here, I'm also going to add 1 lantern 2 blocks away from the wall there. I'm going to leave a gap of 2, and then I'm going to place another one. So I'm just going to do the exact same thing for the floor below this one. So as you see, by this point, the first floor and the second floor should all be fully complete. And I'm moving to the top floor of the hotel. This is slightly different because we've got an extra room here. But first, if we just go to the left-hand side here, I'm just going to do the exact same thing we've been doing before on these 2 sections here. And then we're going to leave this gap and do the same thing on these other 3 gaps. And the reason why I'm leaving this gap is because this is going to be a housekeeping area where all the cleaning supplies are kept. For the door for this place, I'm just going to grab myself a white stained glass pane. And I'm just going to place 4 on the right hand side there. And then let's light this floor up. So again, lining up with the buttons, placing some more lanterns. Just like this. I'm also going to add 1 lantern just in the middle of the corridor there. And then from this point, I'm going to go across 2 blocks and up, placing a lantern. And then I'm going to leave a gap of 3 and then place another one for the upstairs lights here. And the next up, if we just go back down to the first floor of rooms, so this floor here, and now I'm going to add all of the different signs for each of the hotel rooms. So I'm using some birch signs for this, and I'm just going to number each of these rooms starting from the left hand side. So for the first floor, we got room 1, room 2, room 3, room 4, and then room 5. And then if we go upstairs, going back to left hand side, then we've got room 6, room 7, and then room 8, room 9, and then room 10. And then if we go up finally, all the way to the top here, we've then got room 11, room 12, room 13, room 14, and then room 15, just like that. And I'm also going to place a sign outside here, which is going to be staff only. Then in brackets, I'm just going to put housekeeping, just like that. Okay, cool. And I'm also going to add some extra signs just to direct the people staying here so they don't get lost. So if we just go to the first set of rooms just here, I'm going to put a sign here saying reception. Just at the top, let's do reception and breakfast. I'm just going to do a little I there with a V for a downwards arrow. And then upwards, I'm going to do rooms 6 to 15, which will be up here. Let's do 2 slashes like that. Then an I going up there. So they're the signs for the first floor. If we go up to the next room here, we can then do a sign for rooms 1 to 5. And again, another I. And then 2 slashes. Like that. And then on the top, we can then do rooms 11 to 15. And then again, we can do 2 slashes like that. And then an I. Just like that. And then for the final set of signs, just at the top here, I'm just going to put one side one here, which says rooms 1 to 10, just there. Then we can do a little arrow just going underneath there. So next, it's now time to add some carpet into these corridors. So if we just start on this first floor here, the first set of rooms are, I'm going to grab myself some grey carpet and also some light grey carpet here. First, with this grey carpet, I'm just going to place a strip against those stairs there. And starting from the left hand side, I'm just going to follow this carpet going all the way around this whole corridor here. As you see, just going to do a whole lap, just like this. You should end up with an outline that looks like that. And I'm just going to fill in all of this empty area with the light grey carpet. As you see, that'll complete the floor for the first floor here. And then we're going to do the exact same thing on this second floor here. That'll be the second floor done. And then I'm just going to do a similar thing for this top floor here. As you see, this corridor is a little bit more narrow. So I'm just going to add some carpet going like this. And then just doing the same thing as before. Now complete the carpet for the top floor here. And then before we get to decorating the rooms, there's just one extra detail I need to add outside. So the extra detail I need to add, I'm going to add some vents just on top of the hotel. So for that, I'm going to grab myself some stone, some stone brick walls, and also some rails. So firstly, if I just go to the top right hand section of the hotel here, for that point, I'm going to go down diagonally by 2. Then I'm going to place one bit of stone like that. I'm just going to make that a 2x2 square there. I'm going to leave a gap of 2. I'm just going to repeat this another 3 times. So you should end up with something that looks like this. I'm then going to go down 3 blocks and place another little square just there. So underneath that third one. And then going back to the stone brick walls, I'm going to place 2 in between each of these squares here, followed by 1 coming down. And I thought a fan design with these rails. I'm just going to place 4 going in a circle like this. And I'm just going to mirror this design on the other side. So again, with the stone, starting from this point here, I'm going to go diagonally down by 2, and I'm placing 4 stone like that. Then I'm going to leave a gap of 2 and place another 4. Repeating that another 2 times here. And I'm also going to leave a gap of 2 and place another 1 just underneath the second one. And then with the stone brick walls, I'm just going to connect each of these together. Just like that. And then with a rail, I'm just going to place another 4 on top of each block. And that will complete the vents for the top of the hotel here. So now it's time for the exciting part of decorating all of the rooms. So the way it's going to work is, there's 2 different types of rooms in the hotel. So there's going to be type A, which is going to be in these 9 sections here. And there's going to be type B, which is going to be on this right section. But the only difference is, one room has an extra bed, whilst the other one will have a couch. So first I'm going to show you how to create room A, which is going to be the one with 1 bed and a couch. And that's going to apply to all of these 9 apartments. So I'm going to show you how to do just one of them. And then all you got to do is pretty much replicate it another 8 times. So first up, if we just start in room, I forgot what number this is, room number 5. So first, if I just light up this place, and I'll grab myself some lanterns. I'm just going to place firstly 1 block away from the pillar there. I'm going to leave a gap of 3 and I'll place another one just like that. I'm then going to add another light just at this point here. And I'm also going to add another one just in the bathroom. For the bedrooms, the first for bed design, I'm going to grab myself some wool and some grey wool. And for this firstly, I'm just going to place from this point 3 white wool going across like that. And then I'm just going to add 9 grey wool just coming out, which will be for the bed here. And then for a little cabinet, I'm going to grab myself a grey shulker box. I'm just going to place that next to the bed. And then for couch design, sticking with this grey wool, I'm just going to create some sort of end shape like that. And to fill the couch, I'm going to grab some deep set tile slabs. I'm just going to put 2 just there. And then for a bit of extra detail, I'm also going to grab a painting. And I'm just going to put that on the wall there. And if we go to the corner here, for a wardrobe design, I'm going to grab myself some grey concrete and some stone buttons. So just going to place that in the corner there with 2 buttons here. And the cool thing about placing the wardrobe here is we've got like some sort of secret exit button. So we can use that button to get out the apartment there. And the next up, for a desk design, I'm going to grab myself some birch stairs and a birch slab. Firstly, I'm just going to put a stair in the corner there. And then I'm just going to place 1, 2, 3, 4 slabs. Just go along like that. And I'm going to put a stair just on the end. And then next to the desk here, I'm going to grab myself a white shulker box. I'm just going to place that outwards. That's going to be some sort of little fridge. I'm just going to add an iron trapdoor on top. And then for a little chair design, I'm going to grab myself a smooth stone slab. I'm just going to place the slab there. And I'll grab myself an iron door. I'm going to place that behind the slab. I'm also going to grab myself a white banner. I'm just going to place that in front of the door there. And the next, for each hotel room, I'm going to add a mirror. So for that, I'm going to grab myself a light grey banner. Also some white dye. I'll also need the loom as well. So I place the loom down. I'm just going to add the grey banner and white dye in. I'm just going to choose this outer border, just like that. And I'm just going to place that here for a mirror. And I'm also going to add a little TV here. So for that, I'm just going to grab myself some black concrete. I'm just going to place 2 there. I'm also going to grab some iron trapdoors here. And I'm just going to place 2 underneath like that. And for an extra bit of decoration, I'm also going to grab myself a flower pot and place one there I'm just going to add a nice little dandelion just there. And then at this hotel, every time a guest comes in, we are going to gift them with a cookie, because why not? So I'm just going to place an item frame down with a cookie just there. And then if we go outside for the balcony, I'm going to grab myself some deep slate tile stairs, a rod, and some white carpet. I'm going to add an extra table on each balcony here. So I'm just going to place 2 stairs just there. I'm going to add a rod there and then some white carpet. That'll give us a nice table and chair there. And on each balcony, I'm also going to add an extra lantern just there. And also for a little lampshade, I'm just going to add an end rod on top of the shulker box there. Let's actually change the orientation of that so we can actually open it. And on top of that end rod, I'm just going to grab myself a wither skull. Now if I just face it in this direction here, I can kind of try and get it on there. I might turn it around actually. You don't really want that face looking at you at the night, do you? If I just place that there, as you see, by using that wither skull, you can get a nice little lampshade design, just like that. And then finally, to decorate the bathroom here, I'm first going to grab myself black stained glass panes. And firstly, I'm just going to place 2 rows of 4, like that. This area is going to be where the shower's going to go. I'm going to grab myself an iron trap door. I'm just going to place one down for a little shower drain there. I'm also going to get a stone button, called the on and off button. And I'm also going to grab myself a tripwire hook for the main shower itself. And then I'm also going to grab myself some more white banners. I'm just going to place 2 there for some towels. And then I'm also going to next add the sink. So for that, I'm just going to add a cauldron. I'm also going to get another tripwire hook for the tap there. I'm just going to fill that up with some water here. And next to it, I'm then going to add the toilet. So I'm going to grab this hopper, place that next to it, so it's going in the wall there. I'm going to add the iron trapdoor on top. I'm also going to grab a lever. I'm just going to place it on top, and as you see, you can flick it up and down there. And then finally, I'm just going to add a little door on the left-hand side for the bathroom there. And there we have it. That is the interior of the first room all complete. So now all you've got to do is copy the interior of this room in these other 8 rooms on this side. So by the end, you should end up with something that looks like this. So every room should be identical to each other. And then all you've got to do is replicate these rooms on the other side. But instead, these are going to have an extra bed rather than a sofa. And as you see, the only difference is with this room is that there's an extra bed here. So I'm just going to place 2 white wool there and then 6 grey wool for that extra bed there. As you see, by the end, all of the rooms are now fully decorated here. So that means there's only 1 room left to complete until the hotel is finished. And that is the housekeeping room. For this, firstly, I'm just going to grab some more lanterns. I'm just going to place, firstly, 1 just on the end there, and another one at the back. So for this, firstly, I'm going to grab myself some grey wool. And then just for some towels, I'm just going to place a little stack like that. And then for a mop design, I'm going to grab myself a cobweb and an end rod. And I'm just going to place the cobweb down like that. And then I'm just going to place 1 end rod going downwards and 1 going upwards. And that will create a little mop there. And then for a little bucket, I'm just going to grab myself a hopper and place that down. I'm also going to grab myself some stone slabs, some smooth ones. I'm just going to place 3 rows like that. And then with some item frames, I'm just going to place these in front. And I'm going to fill these up with some chemicals. So for that, I'm going to be using a potion of leaping to represent those. Just like that. And then for some extra towels, I'm going to place some banners just going along this back wall, just there. And that'll complete the housekeeping area. So with the housekeeping area complete, that is the whole hotel finished. And it definitely was a long process, but I hope you are pleased with the final result as much as I am. And as always, if you did enjoy this tutorial, I'd really appreciate a little smash on that like button, as it really does help me out, and I'd highly appreciate that. But yeah, so until next time, thanks for watching, and have a good day. Just gonna have a quick jump in the pool.